D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So, my little bat family. So I have to. I wasn't gonna wear this little getup and everything because this thing like pushes on the bridge of my nose, and I have to like sniff every now and then and everything. And this wig is like a little uncomfortable. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I decided to wear it because it's the only thing interesting about this episode, and this is the penultimate episode of the series. Next week is the last episode ever because I'm pretty sure this is not going to get renewed. Which will be bittersweet because I won't get to crap all over it because it's a crappy show. But at the same time, I won't have to watch it anymore because it's a crappy show. So this episode, like I said, was really boring. Oh, this hair is in my. Ugh, I was gonna take a sip of this coffee, and oh, that might be the last one for this little episode. Okay, so this episode was it was very boring, and I'm all like, you guys had like a chance to make it good, and you didn't take it. You didn't take it. You did not take that chance, and yeah, it just, I mean, like, you know, surprise, they messed it up. It's so bad. It's so bad. I like, and like the lines are bad. The whole everything is bad, and nobody, and Poison Ivy is not a villain in the end because she gets her happy ending. This show's so stupid. Yeah, that's all. I'm gonna do this breakdown now because I'll give you my thoughts while we go along. But it's just not good. It's just not good, you guys. All right, but before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line, and it sucks because look at this. I'm putting on more production than this friggin' Batwoman show. So we small YouTubers deserve a little bit more. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. And please do this for any small YouTuber out there that's trying. They're trying, you know, they're hustling and everything. All right, so let's get started on this breakdown. So it starts off. They kidnap this rich guy, and you know, they've got him all tangled up, and she's like, do it, like the emperor and everything. And she turns around, he's like, do you know who I am? And she's like, oh, I know who you are. You're so and so. And he's like, I'm a doctor, and I had to handle women, children, disabled people, name the disenfranchised. And she's like, all of them want an insurance claim. They've had to work 2 jobs so they can help their sick kid, and you denied their claim. So then they're poorer and poorer, and then their kid dies, and you don't feel bad about it at all. And she strings him up. I don't think she killed him because I still hear him going, oh, and everything, but he's got this vine in his mouth. You know, like, I don't know, but you know, whatever, doesn't matter because it was boring. She's like, good job. She's like, oh, thank you so much for like teaching me. And then she's like, whoa, I have so much more to teach you, kind of thing. And then she starts to bleed from the nose. She's like, oh, are you okay? And she's like, do it. I can take it and everything. So she steals her little life essence thing because she's like a battery. And she's like, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, so then we get back to the coffee shop because now they're at the coffee shop instead of Gotham's city police in the basement where Renee Montoya was. And Alice comes in. She's like, we have a problem, guys. We have like the hugest problem and everything. And they're like, huh, what's going on? And she's she's like, Mary found Poison Ivy, or Poison Ivy found Mary, and now they're hooking up. And she's like, we need to go and stop them. And that's pretty legit of it. I have no idea what else. It was so freaking boring. I don't care. She's like, well, I better hurry up. Let me eat these cherries and this fake whiskey. And I'm all like, I would need to deal with this show. I would be in desperate need of hard liquor if I worked on this show. So then these two are talking and walking, and she tells her about her brother. She's like, my brother had asthma. And it was because he didn't there was a factory that was putting chemicals in the water, and he got sick, and me and my mom survived, but he didn't live to his 13th birthday. And I kind of got that because I live in Michigan, and we have Flint, Michigan, where they poison the water there, and it's still not clean, you know, but whatever. I don't live there. I feel bad for him though. So back in Gotham City, uh Renee, she's like, she said she'd meet us by the road and everything. So then Renee Montoya, she gets tickets, plane tickets, because they're gonna get out of Gotham. They're gonna get out of Gotham. So she gets in her car, and there's what's her I know what they were talking about. They were talking about how she had the buzzer. So these two are in the car, and she's like, we know you kept the buzzer from us and everything, so you could find poison ivy. And she's all like, I don't remember what she says. So then these two are back at the dam, and she's like, I took a field trip here once. I really wasn't paying attention. She's like, oh, that's because no one's paying attention. Mother Earth is crying out, guys. And she's all like, but we're going to take it down. And she's like, this leads right into the industrial section of Gotham, and we're going to flood it. And she's like, oh, the factory that killed your brother kind of thing. She's like, more than that kind of thing or whatnot. Yeah, that's it and everything. So then they hook her up, and she's like, I told you letting poison ivy go the first time was the biggest mistake I ever made. I can't do it again. Can't do it again. I don't remember what they say here. It doesn't even matter. It's so stupid and boring. Hold on. I can tell, maybe if I, yeah, they're just trying does that say the bat signal activated? Bat signal activated. That's what it is. Okay. So the bat signal activated. I remember now. So he's all like, hey guys, the bat signal's been activated. And of course it has, because it says right on your computer. God, this show is so stupid. That's okay. So then she's like, you need to go or whatever. So she goes up there, and it's Jada Jet. And she's like, you should never take a mommy's child. I'm a lioness and everything. She's like, I got the Joker buzzer. And she's like, the professionals tell me one more shock and he'll be fine. But she's like, you need to fix it though. And she's all like, I can fix it. I want my son back. And she's like, listen, we had to take him because he's a psychopath and everything. She's like, how about this? I'll give you, and she's like, give me the buzzer. We will try to fix it. And then we'll give it to you so you can fix your son. And she's like, I want my son back. You have till midnight to give him back, or else. And then she jumps off the roof. So these two are back at the thing, and she's all like, she talks about, I don't remember. She's like, you don't want to kill, you're going to kill more than just the industrial thing, because there's a whole bunch of water here. Oh, because before she had mentioned like a species of fish went extinct and all this other stuff. And but this time she's all like, you're going to kill a bunch of people, like a lot of people. And she's like, I can't, you can't do it on your own. She's like, you're right, I can't. So then she takes a lot of her power and she passes out. And then these guys find her, and they call the ambulance. So then Sophie's questioning Renee. Why is Sophie here? That's what I want to know. This entire season, Sophie is not needed except for to fall in love with Ryan now, because she's, a Batwoman stan. She's like, a sycophant. She's all like, I'm gonna fall in love with Batwoman. I don't care who Batwoman is and everything. I'm just gonna fall in love with her. I did like this part, how Alice came up and like encroached on her space, her little her bubble. But other than that, so then she's like, where is she? And she's like, yeah, tell us and everything. So then he gets a hit of where Mary is, and she's getting taken to the and one person, the guy was all like, yeah, she looks like that rich, she's what's his face's daughter. And I'm all like, okay, and everything. But he's so she's in an ambulance, and Batwoman's in the Batmobile, and she's like, listen, I got to get Joker, the new Joker, over to Jada Jet by midnight, or she's gonna do something. And she's all like, what do you mean? She's like, listen, last time she tanked the stock for Wayne Enterprises and took my company away from me. Not your company, you appropriated it. And then Sophie's all like, you want some help? And she's like, tell Alice to stop drinking. So she gets Alice to help her, because she's still mad at Sophie for dumb reason, because she slept with somebody else. Ugh. Oh my gosh. And then these two are driving. She's like, oh, I'm gonna fire a rocket and everything. And they're listening in on the conversation that Renee Montoya and Sophie are having. And I'm sorry, this is so boring, but it's boring. It was a boring episode. I'm telling you. Like, I I recorded it, and then I watched it when I got home last night, and I was like literally like trying to watch it. I was like, man, this is a snooze fest. And this is the second to last. This is a penultimate episode. This is what they're ending on this show. Crap. All right. So that chapstick made my lips really red. I'm looking fabulous. I'm looking so good. I look like pumped. So stupid. All right. Anyways, so they're listening. Look at that. She's rolling her eyes like, oh, this episode sucks. I can't believe it. And then she's like, oh, I can't believe we're on this show. So long story short, it talks about how Renee tells Sophie how she really likes Batwoman. And yeah, I don't even care for the rest. I don't care. You don't care either. They see the ambulance, so they pull up next to it. And she's like, "Pull over, pull over!" Yeah, so stupid. Pull over. We need her. And he's all like, "We gotta take her to the hospital, Batwoman." She's like, "It's Batwoman. We gotta get her to the hospital." So then they open up the roof, and then she jumps on this. She jumps on the front of it. She's like, "Pull the car over." And then she gets up on the roof, and then she swings down below. Boring. And she's like, "Chalk, pull over." They get Mary out. And she's like, "Hey, don't tell her, by the way, she killed a dude. Remember last episode, she killed that dude, that hunter guy with the little kid?" And she's like, "She killed a guy?" She's like, "Yeah, shh, don't tell her." She's like, "It was Poison Ivy, not her." They get her back to the thing. And I don't remember what they talk about here. I really don't care either. I'm just gonna This is the face that sums up this entire friggin' show. That face right there. And that face. I don't remember what they talk about, but they talk about how she's at the dam and she starts to work her magic and get these vines going over these little turbine thingies. So Mary wakes up and they're like, "Mary," and she's like, "Ugh, I can't believe you guys brought me back here," and everything. And she's like, and she disses on all of them, including Sophie. And she's like, "You miss professional unemployment. Get ready, ladies, because you are going to be unemployed after the next week's episode, because this show is done. And if this show does not get canceled, if this gets renewed, I honestly believe it's only because they're laundering money. That's what they're doing with this show. They are laundering money. That's the only reason the show is still around." Anyways, so she's all like, she's like, "Yeah, me or whatever. I don't know. Who cares?" So long story short, they're all like, "You don't want to do this, Mary," and she agrees because she doesn't. So the back of the dam, this guy's all like, "What's going on?" And he's running. He sees Poison Ivy. He's like, ma'am, you got to get out of here. And she works her magic powers and she stabs him, straight up kills him. No reason to, just does it because he's a man. You got to kill all the men because we're so evil, us scary men. Boo. And she's taking down the thing and releasing all the water and stuff. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I forgot. We're gonna go back now real quick because I forgot to. So they come up with a plan. So Renee Montoya, she created an antitoxin to we'll just go backboard to Poison Ivy's hypnotic stare or whatever. And that's how she got away from her the last episode. And so she's all like, "I created this and then I put a couple drops in my coffee every day. So what you're going to do is you're going to you're going to drink it. And then she's going to possess all of your Poison Ivy life force that you got from her little vine. And because she made you to be a little battery. And when she does that, she's going to be weakened. And that'll give Batwoman a chance to fight you because her powers will be weakened." So she goes in and she's like, "You can't do this by yourself. You need me." Oh, no, this is where they come up with the plan. Sorry, I jumped ahead. And so she sucks the life out of her. And she's like, "What did you do?" And then he's like, "Even the playing field, bitch." And then they start fighting. She totally goes Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin and makes like a little bullwhip from vines. They figure out what they need to do. He comes in. Oh, he gets tangled up by the vines, and then he starts having flashbacks of when he got shot and everything. And he's like, I only hear my voice. And then he breaks free from the vines. And saves the day or whatever. Poison Ivy gets taken out. Sorry, I'm rushing through this. It's so boring. It's like not even good fight sequences. And they defeat Poison Ivy, and then they take her back to the coffee shop. And they're like, Mary? And she wakes up and she's got brown eyes again. And then even what's his face? Don't remember. He's all like, Lucas. He's all like, I'm glad to see your brown eyes again. And they're like, Mary, we are so sorry. We will never push your feelings to the back of the line anymore. And she's like, oh my God, I miss you guys. And they're like, by the way, you killed somebody. And she's like, I killed somebody. And they're like, you killed somebody, honey. And they're like, but it's not your fault because it was Poison Ivy. And I'm like, kind of feel like it was her fault. Just a little bit. And then she's all like, hey, Alice, I don't know. Besties now? I don't know. They like make up or some crap like that. And so then there is a plane. And then so Poison Ivy wakes up on this plane. She's like, you did it again. You screwed me over. And she's like, no, I told you. Letting go of you the last time was the worst decision I have ever made. She's like, I wanted to do it right this time. And she's like, and so she's like, fine, you want out? Get out and everything. She's like, what am I supposed to do? If I jump, she's like, what am I supposed to jump? And she's like, yeah, why not? And she's like, I will 100% die. And she's like, it's better than, the alternative or whatever. She's like, you have two choices. You can either jump out of here or you can do we can start living this life how I say. And she's like, close the door. She's like, what did you have in mind? And she's like, there's an island that Sophie told me about that's they worship plants and it's industrial free. She's like, it sounds like a fantasy. And she's like, it's called coriander. That's not what it's coriander. Coraline. Coral reef. I don't remember. Who cares? And then so Mary is reading about the dude that she killed. That's the guy right there. That's the little boy, that Batwoman saved in the woods, because Batwoman goes to the woods all the time. So she's like, no, I don't need to see this. I don't want to deal with this right now. So then she's like, you doing all right? And she's like, yeah, and everything. She's like, hey, that kiss that you gave me last episode didn't get me out of my own head. And then they give each other googly eyes because they're gonna fall in love and be together forever because lesbians and everything. Although I would totally watch them scissor, like no joke. I would watch them scissor. Then we get a news report from this lady, Jada Jet's bombshell revelation, which I just go like, if I was in news place, I'd just be like, what are you talking about? So they're like, Jada, what are you trying to say? And she's like, Batwoman let all of these criminals' toys get out into Gotham. She's like, oh, she's turning Gotham against me. And I'm like, Gotham was on your side. I don't see how. And she's like, Batwoman needs to atone for her actions, and she needs to be held accountable and responsible. And then we see, and she's there. They're like, "Oh, but she stopped the dam from flooding." And she's like, "Yeah, but some water still got in." And you see some flooding right here. And this is Mary's back alley poor person hospital. And it says right here, it says clinic, but it says keep clinic dry. No water or open windows allowed, man. And so you see that it's flooding. Like there's a little bit of water everywhere. And it's what's his face? Marquise. So he's sitting there all Zorgified and everything. And you need to help her. Look at that. That's a great. I love this. Huh? My show's getting canceled. So there's a drop coming from the thing, and it falls and it lands right on his forehead, and shit goes ape shit. The stuff goes ape shit right here, and then he wakes up, and that's the end of the episode. Looking all freaking gross and everything with his eye sockets, man. Whatever. And then that was the end of the episode, you guys. That was the end, and I just have to say, as soon as this episode was done, I was like, I don't want to cover this, but I have to because I covered the rest of the season, and I'm like, all right, I covered it, so I might as well just, do this video, even though I was like, it was so boring and so uninteresting. Like I said, me wearing this little getup is more interesting than this entire freaking episode. The acting was bad. Well, except for Renee Montoya, the woman that plays her does a good job. I think she's trying. And usually I like the guy that plays Lucas Fox. He does a pretty good job too. They're the two best actors on the show. He didn't do that much this episode because he's a man and the show hates men. But yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not a good show. It's a bad show. It's bad writing. I think Legends of Tomorrow is better than this show, and that show sucks too. So that's all I got to say about this. That's my review and my breakdown review. You guys tell me what you guys thought or don't. It doesn't matter, but I'll see you guys next week on the series finale and everything. And then I got some other videos planned for this show, but we'll see if I get to them because I don't know. I might not want to cover it after that. It'll probably be bad. So go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys next week at the same bat time, same bat place. You guys have a good week. Bye.